You've done it today already, maybe more than once. You explained yourself when nobody asked you to. You apologized for something that wasn't your fault. You checked your phone the second it buzzed, as if the message controlled you instead of the other way around. None of it felt like weakness in the moment. It felt normal. But the real story behind these small moments is far stranger than you'd expect. 500 years ago, a Florentine diplomat named Niccolò Machiavelli sat in exile, stripped of his position, watching the political games of Renaissance Italy from the outside for the first time in his life. And from that distance, he noticed something. The people who held power rarely looked like they were fighting for it. The ones who lost power almost always gave it away in small, invisible pieces, long before anyone took it from them. He wrote it down in a book called The Prince. And buried inside it is an idea that has almost nothing to do with kings or courts. It's about perception. Machiavelli argued that people judge you almost entirely by what you appear to be, not by what you actually are underneath. Which means the moment you let your appearance slip out of your control, you've already started losing ground. Most people never notice it happening. Why would they? It doesn't feel like losing. It feels like being polite. Here's the first sign. You explain yourself when you don't have to. Every unprompted explanation is a small transfer of power, because it tells the other person your actions require their approval before they're valid. Machiavelli's princes rarely explained their decisions, not out of arrogance, but because explanation invites judgment, and judgment invites control. The second sign is smaller, and almost nobody catches it. You respond instantly, every time, to every message, every comment, every demand on your attention. Psychologist Robert Cialdini, who spent decades studying influence at Arizona State University, found that immediate reciprocity is one of the most reliable ways to make someone feel obligated to you. Flip that around, and it works the other way too. If you always respond instantly, you're training the people around you to expect instant access to your time whenever they want it. That's not connection. That's a standing invitation for anyone to interrupt your life on command. The third sign is trying to be liked by everyone in the room. It feels harmless. It might even feel kind. But Machiavelli wrote something colder than most people expect from him, something closer to this. It is safer to be respected than to be loved, because love can be withdrawn the moment it's inconvenient, while respect tends to hold. Trying to be universally liked means constantly adjusting yourself to match whoever's watching, and a shape that keeps changing to please everyone has no shape at all. Fourth, you justify your boundaries instead of simply stating them. Notice the difference. "I can't make it. I have too much going on and I feel bad" is not the same sentence as "I can't make it." One is a boundary, the other is an application for permission. Have you ever noticed how the most respected person in a room often says the least? That leads into the fifth sign, and it's one modern psychology has studied in surprising depth. Dache Keltner, a social psychologist at UC Berkeley who has spent his career researching power, found something counterintuitive across dozens of studies. The behaviors that get people into positions of power, empathy, listening, restraint, are frequently the exact behaviors people abandon once they get there. Keltner called this the power paradox, but it works in reverse too. People who constantly perform their status, who need everyone to know how busy, how successful, how important they are often quietly signaling the opposite. Confidence rarely needs an announcement. The sixth sign is letting your mood be decided by someone else's opinion of you. This one runs deep, because it doesn't feel like giving anything away. It feels like caring. But every time your entire emotional state shifts based on a stranger's comment or a friend's passing judgment, you've handed them a remote control to your own nervous system. Psychologist Roy Baumeister, known for decades of research on self-control, found that willpower and emotional regulation function like a limited resource that depletes with use. Which means every time you let someone else's reaction drain your mood, you're spending a resource you'll need later on things that actually matter. The seventh sign is oversharing your plans before they happen. This one Machiavelli understood instinctively. even without the language of modern psychology. He observed that a ruler's strength often came from unpredictability, from the fact that no one quite knew what move was coming next. Announce every plan before it's real, and you invite doubt, opinions, and interference before you've even started. Silence, used well, isn't secrecy. It's protection. The eighth sign is the quietest of all, and maybe the most damaging. It's needing a reason to say no. Somewhere along the way, most people absorb the idea that no requires justification, that it isn't valid on its own. But think about the last time someone powerful told you no. Did they explain themselves for 5 minutes? Or did they simply decline, calmly, and move on with their day? None of these 8 signs are really about kings, or Renaissance Italy, or ancient political theory. They're about a pattern so common that almost nobody notices they're doing it. Giving away small pieces of yourself isn't dramatic. It doesn't feel like a loss. It feels like being agreeable, being easy, being nice. And that's exactly why it works so well, and why it goes unnoticed for years. Machiavelli wasn't writing a guide to cruelty, whatever his reputation suggests today. He was writing a study of perception and how easily people surrender control over their own image without a single external force taking it from them. The prince who survived wasn't the one who fought the hardest. It was the one who understood at every moment exactly what he was showing the world, and never let that slip by accident. So go back to this morning. The explanation nobody asked for. The apology that wasn't yours to give. The phone that buzzed, and the hand that reached for it before your mind even decided to. None of it felt like weakness in the moment, but now you know what it actually was. Not politeness, not kindness. A quiet, invisible transfer happening in plain sight. One small moment at a time, exactly the way Machiavelli said power is usually lost.